Welcome back to another video. We are in the Halloween Cup, and today we have another team to feature. It is the Shadow Scizor with the Dragalge and Guzzlord in the back. Basically, ABV. We have the Steel Double Dragon, and let's see how it works out. So we are met with the Charger Bug in the front here. This Charger Bug has a pretty neutral matchup against the Scizor, so we're going to throw a Night Slash here and chip away at this, see if we get the boost. We don't get the boost, so I think we're going to play this out in the one shield. So we do see that they have a discharge, so that forces us to go into our Guzzlord here to catch that discharge right there. Here we have to try to go for this crunch here, but they're going to be able to get to that Icy Wind first, and then they're going to be able to debuff us. So this crunch here is going to be super effective, but it is reduced damage. But luckily for us, we are still able to win that switch with one crunch and a farm down. So now we're going to be able to throw this Dragon Claw back at this Charger Bug. This Guzzlord absolutely doing some work right now, taking out the Charger Bug, taking out the Driploon, doing some chip damage towards this Greninja. Huge MVP right there. And then here we are able to go into our Dragalge. This Dragalge is going to be able to dominate this Greninja matchup. As you can see, resisting the Hydro Cannons. And even if they throw the Night Slashes, those are only neutral damage right there. So we should be able to farm down at this point, and that is GG's. So yeah, Steel Double Dragon. We're testing out how it's working, and in that game, worked out pretty well, to be honest. Luckily, we are able to catch that Charger Bug move. Next game, we are met with the Tyranitar. They have to be switching out because this is a horrible matchup for them. We're going to switch into our Guzzlord, and it looks like they completely just left. They decide that they'd had enough about that game. No need to continue. Either way, I think it would have been in our favor because we were going to be able to do neutral and a bunch of those Dragon Claws. So here, we kind of have a bad matchup here. This Toxicroak is kind of a core breaker. So we decided to just stay in, and we're going to throw this Night Slash here. Try to get a shield. We do get a shield, which is great. And then we actually force out some energy from this Toxicroak. So not too bad, but we're still in a bad situation. Everything we throw at this thing is going to be taking some kind of super effective damage. We come in with the Guzzlord because we want the Guzzlord to not only soak up the damage, but also we want their charge move to be the lesser of the two. And then it looks like we are met with the Umbreon here. So Toxicroak and Umbreon core. Wonder what's in the back here. We are going to have to let this go here because at this point we... Number one, don't want to get baited, but also we want the situation to go to 2 shield Dragalge in the back because we still don't know what's in the back here. We're going to switch out. They have their own Dragalge, so Dragalge mirror here is kind of a tough situation. We are going to have to shield this Aqua Tail, unfortunately, and unfortunately for us, it was a simultaneous KO somehow. I'm not exactly sure why that... I think it was a one turn lag there because them throwing a move should have allowed us to sneak in one fast move there, and then gave us that health advantage, but that did not happen. So GG's to our opponent. On to the next game. It was a tough situation to come back from anyways. That Toxicroak was a pretty big core breaker. So looks like our opponent here switches out into the Manabuzz. We're going to switch in. We're going to use the Iron Head and then switch into the Guzzlord. So it guarantees that we win this matchup here. We know that they're going to be throwing aerial aces. We can tank these pretty easily. And we're going to be able to tank another one because we want this Guzzlord to be kind of low. And we're actually looking for a farm down. Is it possible to farm this down? One shield farm down? No shield farm down right there. So that was a great farm down by that Guzzlord. Now we have tons of energy to throw at whatever decides to come back in. It ends up being the Needle Queen. So we're going to throw this Crunch. Will we be able to throw another Crunch? Yes. So that was huge. Guzzlord coming in clutch again, surviving with literally one sliver of health. That's probably 1 or 2 HP. We're going to be met with the Greninja in the back. Unfortunately for them, we do have a Dragalge. We have 2 shields. They have 1 shield. This is all but over. for this Greninja. Unless they get a boost, no boost right there. So we are able to survive the boost. And all we have to do now is just shield this one, because it's going to be another nice slash. And this is just a solid situation for us. We can let this go, and we just farm it down. And now we have energy to throw whatever at this Nidoqueen. This Nidoqueen ends up having to deal with this Dragalge and a Shadow Scizor. And that's just not going to happen. So we're going to throw this Aqua Tail to take out that Nidoqueen, and that is GG's right there. Nidoqueen actually ended up being in a very tough spot from our opponent. Not only running into 2 dragons, but having to not able to farm down that Guzzlord was actually huge. So here we have the Greninja. We're going to try to catch a move here. Looks like we are not able to catch the move. They come in with their Charger Bug. We're going to throw this Dragon Claw right here. The thing is, we are resisting the fastness, but we're probably not going to be able to, or we're not going to let this Scizor go through, because we want to see if they're going to invest shields in this situation. So it looks like they are investing the first shield. And then now we're just going to let this Scizor go. We can survive it. And now we're going to farm it down. So that's job well done by the Guzzlord again. Our opponent ends up coming in with the Dragalge. We have the Guzzlord with some energy, so we throw that. And unfortunately for them, we have the Dragalge in the back as well. Our opponent ends up switching to the Greninja. They're going to be throwing probably a nice flash here. We let it go. They decide to throw back-to-back to try to take out this Dragalge, which is not going to happen. We survived right there with the Sliver of Health, so we're going to throw this Aqua Tail right here. They end up deciding to shield it. And then we're going to throw a nice slash at this Greninja. Even though it's resistant, you can see it does a decent amount of damage, and we are able to farm it down. So GG's to our opponent right there. Let us know if you enjoyed this video, and let us know if you're going to be making this team.